What up, though? What's up, everyone? It's your boy Scott. Welcome to the Scott Report, and today we are back for another Marvel Rivals character spotlight guide. And today we'll be taking a look at the one, the only Storm, Mistress of the Elements. She just says that so hard and so conviction. And you gotta put the respect on the name of the Omega level goddess who, like, in the comics right now, she is just ridiculous. She's like Phoenix level. Oh my god. If you're a comic fan and you're reading Storm right now, the way that she's been elevated since like the Krakoa era to now is just ridiculous. But that's whether here nor there. We're here for Marvel Rivals. So today, we'll be taking a look at Storm. We'll be taking a look at her kit. We'll be taking a look at her Marvel Rivals lore. We'll be doing some gameplay. We'll be taking a look at her abilities and going over some strategies of how to play her, as well as doing some matches. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started by going to our hero screen for Storm. You got your awesome character introduction. For a character that needs no introduction, Storm is a duelist coming in at difficulty 3. Real name, Ororo Monroe. The African goddess, mistress of the elements. An Omega level mutant. Look at that. They put that respect on her name at the beginning. An Omega level mutant with the ability to manipulate weather makes Ororo Monroe a force to be reckoned with. Rain or shine, thunder or lightning, nature itself bends to the command of the goddess of the storm. So I have her in her punk rock attire, more of how she looked in the 80s. She bounces back and forth between this look currently in the comics and things like that too. So as far as cosmetics, this is the actual default for her for the game. So you got the homage to like her classic look, and then you have that look in white from the X-Men cartoon, but she also wore this in the comics, X-Men 1 1991, which that was based off of. MVP for this one, Ride the Lightning. And then we have our original. So let's go ahead and just jump into her lore. Born a mutant and worshipped as a goddess due to her ability to manipulate the weather, Ororo Monroe became the X-Man known as Storm. As the regent of Soul and the protector of Krakoa, she now serves as the protector for mutants on Earth and beyond. The energy generated by the time stream entanglement has resulted in violent temporal tempests on the sentient island of Krakoa, the nation the X-Men all call home. Although her powers are capable of stabilizing the island's climate, Storm seeks a more prominent solution alongside her fellow heroes. So let's go ahead and dive into practice mode. We'll be taking a look at her abilities in detail. We'll be going over some strategies, and she got a major buff character-wise that made her just absolutely, I would say, more than viable now, because in the last patch, the patch that came with season one, Storm actually got a boost to her overall damage, as well as her damage drop off. She pretty much does like the same damage, and it takes into effect further away. Like before, it was a lot of. I still kind of feel like she should be a strategist, because of the buffs that she gives, which is the speed buff which she has now with the wind, and the lightning buff with damage that we'll get into. But they could have made her wind ability like heal or something like that, because at first she wasn't viable. I mean, she's very slow. Like even in her wind form, if you are like in the line of fire and no one's healing you, that's not going to be fast enough for you to get away. So she's slow on that end. A very effective strategy with her that I know a lot of people early on try to do is to stay in the air with her with Iron Man. But the difference between Storm and Iron Man is that Iron Man has way more mobility, while Storm is a little bit slower. So you can see from Blue to Snow here, takes a bit for Storm to actually damage. Bear with me a second. I'm going to set my
They've spotted us.
So my crosshair didn't save. Awesome. But I'll fix that later. That's not for this right now.
No pleasure
So
in that,
you see, it takes a
but
bit
had
for
to
her
be
to do damage with Luna Storm. I mean, against Luna Snow. But Storm's main thing is that she's mobile. Well, she's in the air. So you want to stay in the back line with her and protect your troops, because as you can see, she has very slow movement. I mean, she can go all the way up in the air, and she can come down. But everybody that's in this circle also gets a damage boost. So you can see the multiplier on the left side of how much damage she's causing.
No pleasure in that, but it had to be done.
Double KO.
So let's go over to our robots over
Be
here
swift.
so we can take a look at her abilities, and we'll go through those one by one.
Enemy in front of us.
As far as hit, she still does pretty decent
Go
damage
with the
all the
wind.
way from 30 meters out, which is fairly long range. It takes a little bit more for that to actually connect. We might be even able to go out further than 30 meters, and we still get good damage with Storm,
That's 3.
No pleasure
which
in that,
wasn't the case
but it had to
before,
be done.
because the further away she was, the less damage she did. Like about like what we're doing with her right now is kind of like how she used to be normally, and this is from fairly far away.
Double KO.
Good hunting.
But if we're right up on them, and that was with the wind, we get on her with the electric,
That's 3.
take them out like 4 instead of 5. You start going up into the air.
Enemy in front of us. Blew them away.
Because we're higher up in the air, it's a little bit more drop off, but she's still doing viable
kill.
damage. You add that with your team also being within your circle and getting more damage from that, she's definitely a force to be reckoned with. So for abilities, again, we have the Wind Blade, which is her primary fire, which launches forward piercing wind blades, as you can see here. Gets 12 shots and she has to reload.
Double KO.
Weather control, switch the weather to empower allies. Tornado grants movement boost. So this is your tornado form and makes your allies move faster, as we'll see once we have allies.
Speed is
Makes them move
everything.
even more faster with the buff here. So we'll wait till that cool
Be
down.
strong.
Also, Thunder grants a damage boost. So what's interesting about her damage boost, though, that isn't
They've spotted us.
her goddess boost here, like weather control, you switch between like her movement boost and her thunder boost. Next is a goddess boost. Challenge the power of weather to empower storm. Tornado grants movement boost and inflicts slow on enemies. So if they're within that circle, they're going to be slower. But the one you're really going to want to use, I'm just going to be 100% honest, is a thunder boost. Always thunder grants a damage boost and summons lightning to inflict damage, because not only when they're within this circle, you get a boosted damage.
Thunderbolt.
By activating Thunderbolt, you can see bolts of lightning also coming down, causing an AoE effect, hitting opponents as well. So you have that damage on top of what she's doing. Now her ultimate is the Omega Hurricane. Transform into a hurricane and draw in nearby enemies to deal damage. So it has a bit of a startup. You can aim where you want it to go. Primarily, you want to aim this to the back line. Then you just get a long tornado that she gives way more health when she's done with, in bonus health, than she used to get before. It was almost next to nothing compared to what we got now. You saw we got up to 700. Now, one thing about that ultimate is that, yes, 9 times out of 10, that's going to be used to attack the back line. But no matter where you do it, it only hits ground. So if you're like trying to get away and you happen to have somewhere to get to the high ground like this, it's not even going to hit you because it only hits the ground. So Storm is pretty straightforward compared to the other heroes that we have. Normally going through their moves and abilities and the demonstrations that we have for them takes a little bit longer. But something else that I like to point out that's also interesting about Storm is that her moves can chain. So if you have two opponents lined up,
Wow,
you can see right there that she can hit both opponents with one shot. So again, when opponents are grouped up, it's a good thing for Storm because she can hit everybody with her abilities. So it can chain attacks that way. Another reason why that makes her a good back line target.
Double KO.
Because if you can line them up correctly, you can hit them both. Now, they have to be in a line. You can't do it like that. It doesn't bounce whether you use wind or thunder. But if they're lined up right behind each other, like say you have someone healing and you have a strategist healing and you have a duelist or a vanguard right in front of them,
Feel the thunder.
and if you line it up just right, you're going to hit both foes.
Go with the wind.
Like they have to be directly lined up with each other, but you're still going to get it. There is one more ability that she has called the Bolt Rush, which is a bolt of lightning going forward. Again, hits both. It has a bit of a cooldown that looks like, I want to say 8 seconds. Does big damage. It's an 8-second cooldown. And just like her other attacks, it hit other people. So, that's Storm. She's really more fun to show like in gameplay, so we're going to go ahead and go to that. Let's get maybe 2 or 3 matches in and see how it does.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Wind.
I know that person is probably upset because I insta-locked her. But it is what it is. We'll see. For the sake of content, I have to pick her. Sorry, TNC 187. I apologize for insta-locking Storm. Hopefully they don't get upset about it and like not help.
Power is a
But
great
that's
gift.
also like she's had
It must be used wisely.
she's had a boost in playability as well because her buff that she got was so
30 seconds
good.
before you attack.
I mean,
Get
at
ready.
first, unless like you really did use her like in the back line, a lot of people weren't utilizing the character because they felt she was weak, and it did feel like she was missing something. But you can still do viable and decent damage if you play with your team. Now she has the ability, besides, you know, like being able to get away and heal herself,
3,
like when she's
2,
under fire,
1.
but she has the ability where she does so much damage that
Got it?
if everybody's on the same page,
Times
she's
like
good.
these, people with power
So we want to
must
use
be
a
at
wind
their
just to
best.
make sure we get to where we're going faster.
Incoming.
We're going to switch to Thunder so we get the buffs. But we got Moon Knight and we have
Step ahead.
a Black Widow up there to snipe us. I wonder if I can go around this side.
During my storm.
The thing is, I can't see this person, so it's making it a little bit difficult.
Freshly energized.
See how slow she is? That's her downside, is that she's very slow.
Time to hit him hard.
And if you don't have a team that's like gonna run with you and take advantage of the buff, you're gonna have a hard time. So I'm gonna try to go around here. Hopefully they're still perched here. Yep. No one's running with me, no one's healing, so that was gonna be a little bit hard to deal with. Which was gonna be my fear when I got through the playthrough with this. Because, you know, in quick play everybody likes to do their own agenda. No one stays together. No one works as a team. So you just gotta try to have fun. So I hope this will be a helpful video for you guys who are interested in playing the character. Because unless this team can get rolling, this one's probably gonna be a wipe.
I bring thunder.
I've always been a heavy hitter.
Ready to do some damage.
A little help, please.
You're in my storm.
This is going to be a hard match because this team is doing nothing.
The wind will only.
But this
blow
seems to be
stronger.
how it always works whenever I'm doing these spotlight videos. It's like I try to jump on and show a good match, and then I just get
I bring thunder.
the most unhelpful teams in the history of man, which is always unfortunate when I'm doing these things.
Hostile ahead.
So maybe I should take the time to start editing. Like, you see this Ankh here. Why are you just running past the Ankh? You want to stay out of that, because that wouldn't be a good time for us. Mr. Fantastic is a bit of a menace, because not only does he serve like as a duelist, this guy takes like tank damage.
Double kill.
See, now that the team's working together, we're starting to roll, but they're also getting too far ahead. Looks like we did take the point, so we can finish moving. So I'm going to try to use my ult to try to get out of here, perhaps take out their healers. It gives me enough damage to get away. I get the rest in bonus. So now the team can move forward.
Ready to do some damage.
That portal was kind of in the way, which is annoying. We want to do our AoE damage here.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Happy to help.
Help is here.
Any healing is good healing.
Now we can move forward.
Protect the statue of Bast at all costs.
I despise you.
Don't want to leave the payload.
Despise
Like her speed boost doesn't help it, so
Time to hit him hard.
I lift up my comrades.
we got our cooldown back. But we want to wait until we get enemies into the line of fire. Wait until they start attacking before I use her AoE. That would be a good time.
You needed
Like, you're just going to make yourself a bigger target staying in the air.
I will not make the
Unless-
same mistakes again.
Round.
It also makes it harder for you to aim. But primarily, that's what you want to do with Storm. You kind of want to just hover behind your team
I am Asgard's might.
and provide support that way.
Fantastic!
You're dangerous.
He got took out by the AoE. Nice.
I've always been a heavy hitter.
Time to heal.
Wakanda's journey has been long and storied. It must not end here.
You kind of got to depend on health packs with her. Because it's also very difficult for you to get healed if you're too far away. Which is another reason why you want to stay with your team with her. Why is there one on the payload? Well, we got one person.
Haunts you.
I got clipped by that. There's no way I should have got
Saving
hit.
an umpire?
Can I get healed, please, 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 please.
Thunder strike.
They're aiming for me and I'm not getting healed, so I gotta try to possibly get away, but I can't. So again, that's my biggest gripe with her. I know probably people who are more veterans, people who probably play her a little bit better,
Gather.
are better at managing that. But me is kind of like,
Feel the thunder.
she doesn't have enough mobility to get away to get the health packs herself.
Must traverse the
And
entire
you want to stay with your team so everyone can still do damage.
Feel the wrath.
double kill. Nice three.
Go with the wind.
Wow, 4 in a row.
Wow, compared to Solo,
Any
Best
healing
spiritual
is
essence
good
is so
healing.
tiny.
Again!
Incoming.
Almost got our cooldown for our strike.
So close! Your big chance! Double KO! Chin up! Shield up! Gather around!
Let him walk around with his chest out for a little bit, so he doesn't get damaged to hurt you.
God's might.
And we were able to push forward.
Another
Nice
epic
victory.
Big win!
Taco King with the MVP. Just because I had a little bit of a slow start. It took a bit to get on the page with the team, but 19-4. We got the most KOs, and we got a quadruple kill. 13 final blows. Did decent damage. Could have did better overall though. So we'll do one more match and see how that one goes. So let's try one more match here,
Cloud and
and
storm.
hopefully
Hear my command.
we get a better run again. Alright, so we already got 3 duelists, 1 strategist, and 1 person who hasn't decided what they want to do yet. Alright, well, we got 2 tanks, but the thing is we got 1 healer, which is one thing that I'm very irritated about this game. A video that I would like to make a video on, because as much as I love this game, there is a blaring negative at play here. And I think that will be my next video, maybe, besides like doing another spotlight, is that you have
Reed, you do have
Like-
a plan to stop Victor, don't you, darling?
37 characters on this game. 35 right now because we don't have the other 2 Fantastic Four members.
As would I.
And out of all of those characters in the strategist, the strategist, and the Vanguard section, you have less than 10 characters. It's like the entire cast is duelists. You don't have enough characters in the Vanguard and strategist position to entice people to want to play the game or to play those roles. Because one thing that people are probably looking at in a sense is that if it's only so many of these characters versus everybody else, they must be the harder ones to play with. Which you'll probably be right in that assessment. But I think that's been like a glaring problem with this game. Like, no game's perfect, and I think that's one thing that's working against this one, is that I would like to see the dev team do more focus on the other 2 classes, because right now it's just too many duelists. Too many. And that's always going to be a problem. I mean, of course they're always going to have more, but in a game with a roster with 30-something characters, there's no excuse for you to only have
Halfway there. Keep going!
5-6 characters in the other 2 categories and have 20 in the other.
A little extra.
It kind of feels in that sense is like you don't want people to play the other roles, but they're the most important ones.
I will always.
Anybody can get out here and do damage. I can do damage as a strategist. What you need
Feel the
is
wrath of
the
the goddess!
people who want to play, you know, the Vanguards, who are supposed to be pushing forward for everyone. You want to play the strategists who are setting up traps and setting up things to heal your team. Over half of your cast is DPS.
Better test this out.
It's just not even right now, and I hope that's something, as we get new characters, that they are working on moving forward.
You can stand down.
But I pretty much just gave you guys a whole new video just in this
I
walkthrough
lift
alone.
up my comrade.
I've
So-
always been a heavy hitter.
You'll hear that again soon.
I got you! Enemy ahead of us. You're halfway there.
A much
Keep going!
more effective show of what Storm can do in this match, because the team is sticking together.
Stand with you in my storm!
Want to get the bullet sponge out of there. That Rocket's still hiding over here? Oh, it doesn't look like it. Looks like he got a penny trapped somewhere.
I will always lend a hand. Any healing is good healing.
An army of artificial arachnids.
AoE is off cooldown. Let's get that back going.
Almost there.
Read out.
This is real firepower!
Rocket just ult, so these guys are going to get damage.
Let's get you
But
to
we
the
should
tower.
still get to the point.
Sweet. I'm as strong as Ben.
Nice.
Keep up the momentum. System brace the light.
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
I really want to take
I
out
am
this
ready to
crap
put
more
on a
than
show.
Luna Snow did her ult just in time to counter.
I'm an easy target.
It's spider
Let the cap get ate down by the DPS a bit.
On a monstro.
Anyone willing to help?
More about the AoE.
Off their shields.
Try to support our healer. They were trying their best.
A nice ally awakens. Protect your key.
Storm clouds gather.
Problem solved.
This is real firepower!
Introduce a little thunder to the party. Trying to take out that penny before I get shot down. It's not working though. Nobody else is hitting him with me. I save my ult to when we come back. It's the only way we're gonna be able to get them off the point. They're too juiced up right now.
powering up.
A storm is brewing. Feel the thunder.
Now's my chance.
Feel the wrath of the goddess.
Yep, you go ahead and spider time. I'm going for this rocket.
I see it has made an
A little extra.
These beasts have come to defend their king.
I am ready to put on a show.
Tough because they have their ults, but we can't do anything.
How refreshing!
It's the grand finale.
Does not
You can't strike down a goddess.
Party ults. That's one thing. I mean, that was something that was really prominent in Overwatch as well. It's like when the whole team has their ult, that's pretty much what the game turns into.
I will always lend a hand.
It's just a battle of who's going to get their ult off first, how many people have their ults, waiting until the last 10 seconds, and then everybody just goes back to back.
Unleashed. I'm as strong as Ben.
I mean, it's not really that hard to build ultimate in this game.
I am shielded. Excellent.
Get ready. Here come the bad guys. That's it. Don't let anything stand in your way.
I want that nest out of here. Can't advance with that being there. Take out the Namor traps.
I lift up my comrade. During my storm.
Storm up. The rocket is foolish enough to be up in the prey. Let the AoE take out the cap. Everybody focus on the penny and we should be good. Perfect.
I will always
I'm
lend
as
a
strong
hand.
as Ben. Oh, sweet move.
My thanks.
So close. It's your big chance.
This is real firepower!
Clearly you needed some help.
Perhaps you should do your own. Problem solved.
Double kill.
Stand down. I will always lend a hand. Feel the wrath of the goddess!
In case he wants to try, even think about running out going legendary.
Epic victory.
And we finish off strong.
Win.
And we got the MVP. Look at that. Look at your boy being the man in this match. You can't end the stream any better than that. So we finished with 26, 3, and 11. We got the hot streak. Dealt the most damage in the match. 12 final hits, 14k damage. And that is Storm. That is the goddess. The mistress. And like how you just gotta hold the M every time. The mistress of the elements. And that is the type of havoc that she can cause. Again, this character is absolutely insane after the buffs. I hope they leave her alone. I hope they don't touch her. I just hope they leave her just like she is. Maybe a bit of a speed boost, but we gotta be fair too. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this spotlight video. More things coming soon, so stay tuned. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, so when I do drop content, you will know. And I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. So as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. And I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.